Okay, here we are. Got a little bit of a different project we're going to spend a little bit of time on. And this is just some refinishing. Somebody has purchased these from somebody destashing, and they've got sort of a rough finish on it. This looks like a bunch of little tiny pine cones, or I'm not sure what that is, but it's a pretty cool pattern. So we're just going to take the old finish off and finish it my way. It's actually a little bit bent if you look at it. It sort of wobbles a little bit. Let me see if I can find the high spot, bend it back a little bit. No, they must have got it too warm. Yeah, can't unbend it. It's got a little bit of a curve right there. You can see it gets high in this spot there, and then yeah, it's all right. You never know when you're using it. You can just tell when you're playing with it, like me. Okay, let's get a little sandpaper, get a little water here, and generally we're just going to take off the old finish. It's got quite the wobble in it. Generally that happens, the wobble, when you have lots of something besides resin in a blank. And you almost can't help it, because if you get it too hot and you push on it in one direction, then it likes to bend in that direction. I feel like I'm sanding a massager or something. The only way to make it not wobble is to turn it again. Problem with turning it again is that you end up taking too much of the pen off, and we don't want to do that. It does make it hard to finish it because it's essentially bouncing you away on every rotation just a little bit. So we're going to use this foam pad so that I can push against it. Yeah, that's helping a little better. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's in there. We're going to sand it down, make it nice, then we're going to seal it with some beeswax, because these are woody items. You know, be it pine cones or magnolia pods or something like that, or sweet gum balls. When it wobbles like that, you essentially have to press against it very hard, because you're being pushed away on every rotation, like bumped away. Let me turn it way down, see if I can get rid of some of that. There we go. That's probably a little helpful a bit. Now I'm going to spend a little extra time in the joints so that it doesn't lose its curvy figure. But you can see how it's pushing me away. It's a little better though. It's not too bad. The woody part you can feel is grabbing, which makes it feel uneven. It's probably not really that way. It's sort of like doing the, what's that other thing? Oh, the plastic printed things where it's got a different friction coefficient, if you will. Not too bad. I'd love to heat this thing up and make it go straight. Okay, I think we got most of the old finish off. Feels like it. You can just feel these guys grab now where they are. Yes, that's pretty smooth. Okay, so now we're going to rub this with a paper towel to create heat. See if we can dry out the now exposed little pine cones, whatever they are. I'm going to turn it real high, create some heat. Let's crank it down a little bit here. And then we'll inspect to see how much of that finish we got off. Yeah, there was a lot of, I think, CA glue on there. You can see it in the pods, or these little organic things. There's still a lot left. And that, I think it's, yeah, it's in the pod. Sure wish I could bang that thing straight. Put a little pressure on it. Yeah, it's pretty stiff where it's at. It doesn't want to change. Yeah, I think we've got most of it exposed. Feels pretty decent right now. It's not sticky anymore. It's pretty smooth except when you're running your finger across those pods. We'll warm them up a little bit, get some more moisture out of them. And all I'm doing here is holding it to create friction, which creates heat, which dries out the pods. Yeah, you're never going to get this perfectly smooth because the pods are a different friction coefficient as to the resin, which can be, not is, but can be very smooth. All right, let's get a little bit of my wax out here. We're going to put it on very slow. Turn it on. We'll get it absorbed in, and then we'll speed it up to get it to, you can see it wobbling big time here. See it absorb in. So right now we're just creating a little bit of heat to open up the pores, and now we'll start speeding it up. Make sure we're not whipping any off. Yeah, it's pretty good there. Now we'll gently go through here and create some heat to get the pores of the wood to open up a little bit and get the beeswax and the oils to soak in. This will give it a sort of a satiny finish. The good thing is the beeswax and the oils do not evaporate. Now we'll turn it really high and just create some heat. Super smooth here on the ends where it's not vibrating. And I think what's most important if you're going to use this one are these ends here. Need to be a bit smooth. Yeah, it feels better. You still got those ridges, though, of that wood. Not sure that's ever going to go away. It's just like the pine cones and stuff. You can't get rid of it. Okay. So now we're going to slow it down a little bit. And we're going to go up in sandpaper. So we hit it With the lowest grade, now we'll come up a little bit. And this will start smoothing it out. Not sure of the original construction of this and what they did to the pods, but you know, be all right. Quite the wobble in that sucker. Feeling good, feeling smooth anyway. Tighten it up a little bit. That's what happens when these are drilled too deep. You really have to go pretty deep on them to not stop the blank while you're playing with it. We'll do the best we can on this one. It'll be nicer when we're done. It'll have a little tiny bit smoother surface, especially where you're holding the pen. But everywhere else out here, that's actually not getting too bad. Okay, looking pretty good there. All right, that's a little better. We'll take it up one notch. And again, anytime you have natural things like these woody things in a pen, they will have a tendency to stick out. Can't help themselves, especially if the humidity comes around. I mean, if you got high enough humidity, you'd essentially, the wood would absorb the moisture in the air a little bit and swell ever so slightly. And I don't dare try to straighten that wobble out too much, because you might actually break the pen, and that would not be good. So weird, that wobble. Feels super smooth now. Got down to the best sandpaper there, or the good sandpaper. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of polish on it. You know what? I'm gonna clean it off and reseal that wood so it doesn't absorb the polish, because that would essentially turn it white, and I don't think that would be good. Crazy stuff we do here at Leopard Leatherworks. All right. Alright, so I think we got all the junk off. Let me get it heated up a little bit here. Get it dried out. Let me get a dry one now that I got that one all wet. Why did I just do that? So used to squirting water on things when I'm putting them around blanks, I just squirted water right on that dry towel. And I want to use the dry towel to create heat to dry it out. Alright, so it is now, okay, so, oh, that feels a whole lot better. Alright, let's seal those up again with some wax. That darkens the wood a little bit, makes it look pretty cool. Turn the speed way down. I'm just going to rub it in, and then we'll turn it up to create some heat. I'm going to watch that back on video, see if you can see the wobble. Okay, that's that there. Let me grab the dry one again. Where's the dry one? Because I want that beeswax to be soaked in. Okay, it's creating good heat. Probably even start a bonfire. Alright, that feels good. Nice, yep. No big beeswax deposits. Now we will turn it up a little bit. Get the old wax out. Get a little water on the wax pile here, or the polish rag. Don't want to really use a whole lot of that white stuff, just want to use what's embedded in the rag, because I don't want a lot flowing onto the wood. Alright, now we'll take it over to the buffer, buff it out one last little bit there. Feels better overall. Let me flip it over to the buffer here. Boom. You see, you don't notice any wobbles over here because it's not spinning very fast. So at Leopard Leatherworks, we can repair pens, refinish pens, sometimes fix pens, sometimes refashion pens, depending upon how much of the original blank is still as part of your pen. Could be, you could change the end, change the design, I mean, all kind of possibilities. And sometimes you can't. All right, Gentle refinishing here. Feels much better. Still feel those pods though, because you know they're real. There you go. Looks pretty good. Feels nice. Nice satiny smooth. Okay, I'm going to strap this one in here. Ooh, there's a short one. Let me get rid of that. Move that up to there. And this one, I think we need to tighten this banjo up down here a little bit. Okay. This one's got a case of the I wasn't turned very smoothly blues. You can feel, you can even see the ridges in there. Did I move the camera over? No. Let me move the camera over. Sitting there trying to show you something. All right, there we go. I guess I bumped the camera. But you can see in here the scratches, and these are the knife scratches. These are not sandpaper scratches. You gotta work to get those out. So we're gonna refashion this just a little bit to open this up to finish it in the middle and get that gone. Pretty smooth actually, nice and round. Very nice. Let me turn the blower on. All right, that's better. Minute takings off. Don't really want to change the pen. It's a beautiful little pen. All right, not even going to mess with that thing in the middle because it's super nice. I am going to take this, however, bring it into the center to clean that out. So that we've got a nice edge in there we can clean on. There we go. All right, we can turn the blower off. Just gonna finish this one up a little bit here. It's actually really, it feels really good. Just needed some TLC on this one. That's all. And now we will take it down far enough with this low-grade sandpaper, low-grit sandpaper, to get rid of all those scratches from the knives. Again, this is some nice resin, nice pour, nice color. It's a nice little pen. I like this design here in the middle, but I wouldn't do it myself because it's a little hard to clean out. But we will do our best. I widened it up a little bit at the bottom just so I could get a piece of sandpaper all the way to the bottom and get it fixed up nicely. Alright, I call that one dang smooth. Whoever did this before, they actually did a nice turning job on here because it's got some good curve to it. And again, we didn't do this one, but happy to help our customer out, just recondition them a little bit to make them nice. Sent these to us a weeks ago and finally got worked into the rotation, so pretty good. I was excited to finally get to them to see what I could possibly do. Again, I've only been doing this, a year and a quarter, so plenty of people. Hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Kevin just stopped by to say hi. It feels pretty smooth there. And the last one. And if I've left any scratches on this, then it would definitely show up when we polish it up. All right, very good. Now we'll get some polish on this guy. There we go. Alright, cleaned out nicely down in the side of that groove there. We'll turn it off now, see how we did. Ooh, that really came out nice. Look at that color. And now what I'm looking for is any remnant of those scratches that were there before. And there's one right there. Wow, that was a deep one. We'll put that back on there. And you can see that scratch right there. I'm not sure where that came from, but that was a pretty deep scratch. I'm going to try to sand that out more than I want to carve that out. See if that's gone. Yep, that is gone. Good. Keep on going here. Got a little tiny piece of sandpaper here. Just what the doctor ordered. Nice little tiny piece. And some super fine. All right, let's see what we get now. Polishes end all up nicely. All right, let's bring this up now. Yep, it is gone. That was a pretty rough scratch. Nothing on this end down here. Ready for buffing. Let me switch over to the buffer. You get the bushings out. I'm going to chamfer these ends like I would normally do on my pens, just to give them a nice smooth end. It's a little off kilter there. All right, here we go. You know, with that green, gold, and purple, I'm thinking Mardi Gras. Aren't those Mardi Gras colors? All right. Looks good. Feels nice. All right. Let's go back to the main. Again, this one is covered with I think is CA glue. Cute blank. Way cool blank, actually. Yeah, this one's just got a... I've never been good at that CA finish, so I'm always happy to take it off because I'm not good at it. Some people are really good at it. Let me put this back on here. Forgot what I was doing. I'm not turning a pen, I'm finishing a pen. So we will get the old 120 out again. See if we can't take a bunch of that off. Yeah, I can smell the CA glue coming off. Pretty smooth there. Let's get onto this side now. Nothing wrong with a CA finish. Some guys are really good. Some guys and girls are out there and they can do that CA glue finish like beauty. Me, I can't do it. Probably not enough experience, not enough knowledge, not doing the right technique. And I've watched a few videos on it. There's just not really any good videos on it. Quite frankly, I mean, that I have found anyway. Probably one out there somewhere, but I haven't found it. A little bit of a wobble in this one too, but not a lot, just a little bit. Interesting design on here. You sort of got a small bump, longer bump, a real long bump, then which looks like a honey dipper over there. Those little things on the end of a stick that you stick into a honey jar and load it up with honey and bring it out and put it all over your goodness there, whatever you needed. Yep, it's all coming off. You can feel it. It's all smooth here. All the way up to about this honey dripper here. What you up to, Kev?
Just watching Killer Cases.
Oh, how fun.
This one, this
You and Mom?
No, she's watching. She's watching Station 19.
Ah.
So this one
What's
case.
Station 19?
It's kind of like Grey's Anatomy, just for fire department.
Gotcha.
So this one case I'm watching, she was so messed up when she was in the jail in Nassau County, Florida, waiting for trial. She was so messed up. She stripped naked and threw her feces at the guards.
Yeah, they think that's going to get some kind of attention. I mean, it certainly gets attention, doesn't
After
it?
her trial, and when she got relocated, the Nassau County Jail sheriff officers celebrated with cake and ice cream.
Oh, hallelujah, right? She's
You got
gone.
something on your you got it. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll have that for you when you pick me up tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna get some best choice of.
Nice.
On sale for 2%.
Just about there.
Boxing one tonight.
Ah, very good. What's the series at?
1-0.
Good old Boston Celtics.
They win their first title in 16 years.
All right, that feels pretty good. Stripped down of all that CA glue. Now we'll throw some speed on it and get it up to doing the thing. we got to get these guys sanded up and the crevices around them. All right, getting smooth anyway. Badoo. Okay, and the final. And then we'll polish it up. This really was just a removal of CA. That's about it. I swear you could use this for a honey dipper. And it would be the coolest honey dipper around. Okay, let's get a little bit of polished juice on here. Hook up the rag a little bit. Here we go. I'm telling you, I'm having an idea here that I could make some honey dippers out of some short pen blanks, maybe even long ones. 'Cause this looks pretty cool. All right, stop that, see how we're doing. Looks fantastic, beautiful blank. Way cool looking, good colors, good flow, got that white swirly stuff in there. Pretty neat. Okay, let me take out the bushings, chamfer the holes, and then buff it up. All right, let me flip over the bench, or flip over to the buffer. I'm telling you, that's a great idea for a honey dipper. There we go. All nice and smooth. Beautiful. Okay. Now we've got another one of these. This is pretty cool. This is sweet gum balls here. And I just think this has a thick CA finish on it. Let me put some bushings in here. Yeah, these are very deep holes, which means as I push this on here, I'm going to be pushing against the, see how they sink all the way down? That's actually pretty good. Not too deep. That's good. Not sitting on the shoulders. I like that. All right. Let's see. Let's get the old 120. That seems to be working pretty good against this. Oh, man, that's got a wobble. Let me slow it down here. Whew. It's going to take a minute. You can see even the holes are cut crooked in there because they're even wobbling on the end there like that. It does happen. It does happen. Ain't nobody perfect out there. Not criticizing, just noticing. I'm sure I've done a few of those myself. Let's get a little bit of speed on this. There we go. Yeah, it's got a serious wobble in it. You can actually measure the wobble with a wobble meter. Here, I'll show you one. See, that's a wobble meter. That's about a 1/8 inch wobble. I just made that up, by the way. May have to patent the wobble meter. Which means if you ran the lathe too fast as you're spinning, it actually pushes you away on every revolution. So you would only essentially sand the high part. I'll probably have to title the part of this video the wobble meter and other things. Is that clickbait or what? What's a wobble meter? I'm going to do it. That's funny. That's funny right there. I'm going to do it. All right, getting smoother. All right, that feels pretty good. I think most of that CA is gone. Pretty. I like all that yellow. They got the balls have all the prismatic purple and white, and then all the yellow and green is flowing around it. Pretty cool. I think, let me just dry it off real quick. See how the finish looks with most of the CA removed. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. All right, now we are going to start with the lowest grade, go up. We're going to beeswax the stuff, and then we'll be done. After we polish it, of course. Get a little speed on it there. And we'll walk up through the levels of sandpaper. I did turn some pens this evening. Cannot show those. Not that the customer doesn't want them, but they're part of Carrie's Skunk Works project. They'll be available soon, I'm sure, but I'm not allowed to show them. So I recorded them and kept the video squirreled away. I think they have to be approved by the people that we're doing them for. Oh, that feels pretty good. All right, stepping up. Ooh, very nice. Very smooth. All right, now we're going to dry it up and get those sweet gum balls to dry out. It's just a surface wetness when we're doing it for this short a duration. And what I'm doing here again is simply building up the heat. And drying out the gum balls. Yeah, it feels good. All right, now we will take the honey. What's this stuff called? Oh, that's a wet one there. The honey wax, bumblewood, beeswax, and other wonderful oils. Okay, I'm going to slow this down or it's going to flip all over the place. Looks like Vaseline, but it's not Vaseline. All right, now we'll speed it up, way up, generate some heat, open the pores of the wood, and have that stuff soak right in. At least that's the theory anyway. Nice and warm. All right, slow it down a little bit, polish it up. Drop a comment down below if you like this stuff like this, because we're getting, more and more requests and more opportunities to fix pens. There we go. Looks good. Satiny finish. Boy, still very warm. Now we'll go buff that up after we pull out the bushings and chamfer the ends.
I met his family members. They came from Illinois.
Cool.
She had a red shirt.
Oh, is that the Thunder guy?
No, he's not with the Thunder anymore.
Oh.
So this,
Who's he with?
with the Pelicans.
They any good?
Yeah, okay. So I see this lady with a Cincinnati red shirt on. I was like, "Are you from Ohio?" Like, "Well, we have a red shirt." Oh no, I got a family member who plays for the Reds.
Ah,
Like,
cool.
What's his name? Austin Williams. She said, I think he's in the minors. Austin Williams.
He's in the minors?
Yeah, he plays for the AAA team.
Cool. Oop, I gotta flip over the camera here. Careful, Kev. All right, that feels nice. All the CA glue is gone, the wood is sealed, and feels good. All right, what do we got next? Oh, look at this. This is a walnut shell one. It should be pretty. I've never done a walnut shell, or pecan shell. Not sure which one this is. Let me put some bushings in it. All right, so did we flip it over? Yes, we did. So these are walnut shell. They look like walnut shells. Hey, it might be pecan. I can never tell who has the bumpy outside. Generally, they're just standing proud and just need a little TLC on this one. Not much wobble. That's good. All right, let's pull down to a... Guess we're going to stick with this 120 here. I think it's mostly the CA glue that's a little out of whack. I think if I were going to turn a blank that had these walnut shells in it, I'd probably turn it nice and thick and almost kind of shapeless like this one, because you really don't know what those peanut shells are going to do as far as providing a weakness in the resin. That feels pretty good right there. Okay, I'd say all the CA glue is gone. This is pretty easy because it didn't have any little nooks and crannies. It was pretty straightforward. And sometimes, again, whoever turned this did a good job because they didn't let the turning get in the way of the gorgeousness of the blank, which I fully believe in. Everybody knows that. And not that I'm looking to minimally turn something, but sometimes turns can get in the way of what you're trying to see. I mean, essentially, when you give me a blank, my job is to make it round, first of all, and then figure out how to get out of its way and let it be a gorgeous blank. Sometimes the gorgeous blanks can afford a super nice turn, and other times they just gotta be chill on it and just let the blank do the talking. Did all the extra work to put all those peanut shells in there. I mean peanut shells. The walnut shells are pecan shells, so you have to wash them. You've got to clean them out, get all the junk out of the way, so it takes a bit of labor to do that with the walnut shells. And I'm not sure if they're stabilized or not. Probably don't need to be, but they could be. Ooh, that feels good. All right, let's get the last level of paper here. And I saved the hardest pen for last. It has the most twists and turns in it. You'll see it when I bring it up. Gorgeous blank. A lot of turns. Ooh, that feels good. Ooh, that's smooth. I like it. All right, let's get it dried off. Got some, I'm gonna get some super good speed on here. This almost looks like a cigar. All right, that's nice and hot. Still looks great. Good color. I like it. Pretty cool. Now we're going to get out the old wax. Seal all that goodness in. Still pretty warm. That's why it's melting as soon as I put it on. Okay, let's get rid of that rag and get us one that's a little bit more absorbent and not full of wax and oils. Okay, I'm going to turn it on, turn it down, turn it on, get it spinning a little bit. And now our goal is to create the heat again to get the shells or whatever organic material is in the pen to absorb the wax and the oils. And I am not going to use the polish on this one. I'm just going to go straight to the buffer because this has a lot of gaps in it and I don't want to fill it up with a bunch of white stuff. All right, still pretty warm. Looks gorgeous. I will take the bushings out. I will chamfer the ends. There we go. All right, let me flip the camera over. There we go. This may be pecan shells. I can't remember who has that bumpy outside. I'm going to have to go Google it after this to see which it was. All right, there it is. Smooth. Wood looks good. The shells, those are pretty cool. All right, this next one here is just a CA job here. Just a lot of CA glue on this thing. Good. Water's not coming through. Yeah, just a lot of CA glue. We'll, ooh, look at the wobble in that thing. Let's get the wobble meter out. Wow. Call that about 1/8 of an inch wobble. Weird. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I can smell the CA glue coming off of that thing. Wow. Yep, just is what it is. Okay, it's getting better. Yeah, I couldn't dare actually put a scraper against this because that would just tear it up. It's got too much wobble in it. I don't know what caused that because nobody turned this pen with the wobble in it. The wobble developed afterwards, either sitting in the sun or somebody sitting on it and it bending a little bit. I don't know, but man, you couldn't turn it because you would just turn it thinner and thinner and thinner. Yeah, I don't know how that happens. Whew, you can smell the sea. It's amazing how strong that is. That's off there quite a bit. Sort of hard to see when it's wobbling because I still see the shininess. I mean, it's a pretty cool turning. It's a very narrow end down here if this is going to be your finger hold. Very narrow. All right. right, just about done. This has to be the end you hold your fingers on, because I couldn't imagine you'd hold it anywhere else. All right, let me stop it here and see what is left. Nope, I think it's all gone. Good. Cool pen. You'd never know it had a wobble in it unless you rotate it around. So, nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it works, I guess. All right, let's begin the process of finishing it back up. Now, this stuff also, I believe, is made out of that acrylate or acra something. It's one of those blanks sold on Woodcraft or Rockler.com that's some type of acrylic. I'll have to go look it up again. It stinks when you're turning it, but it finishes absolutely gorgeously. And I don't think this needs a CA finish. I think you can just do the sanding and the polishing and it just comes out gorgeous. Man, this thing is wobbling so bad I'm not sure I'm getting all four sides, or all around the sides of this thing. I think I am. Especially right here. Right here in this little part here seems to be the biggest wobble. Alright, that looks good there. Because the lines in this are those acrylic sheets that they interweave through whatever the liquid material is they put in there. You know, I've got a catalog right over behind me I could look them up in. Probably do that in just a second. Yeah, I can see this thing's got like a good 1/8 inch side to side wobble. Hopefully I'm getting it all. Turn it way slow. Make sure I'm getting it all the sides there. Make sure it's not bouncing me away. And again, these blanks here are meant for ink pens, where you would put a brass tube inside them and they would be on a round thing and they would never, ever get to wobble. So it could be that there's some measure of heat that will cause these to deform a little bit. All right, and the highest level of sandpaper. In this one, with this pen here, it's going to conclude our refinishing for the night. Break out the old polish here. Be a little easier to buff because it won't be rotating. So hopefully we'll get most of the shine done with this, and we'll just buff the rest out. All right, that is a lot better. All that is for super nice finish now. Some chatter marks on the end of this one here from the initial turning. Sadly, I can't do much about that because it's wobbling so bad. I may make that end so small that it won't be there anymore. Okay, let me flip the camera. Oh, was I on that the whole time? Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a good one, right? We've done that before. Can't believe I did that again. Didn't have my producer tonight. She's in diamond painting. She worked hard in the shop all day. She goes, I'm gonna diamond paint. I said, you go, girl. You diamond paint. I'm gonna go fix these pens. And we all know I really need a producer. I know you're probably all laughing now. You didn't even get to see me use the wobble meter on this one. Too funny. Sometimes I just crack myself up. All right, there we go. And here's are the things that we have recovered for somebody tonight and just made them a little nicer. Feel good. This one here, I don't know what these little things are. They're cute. Like they're tiny pine cones or something. Not sure. It looks like it. But you can still feel those. You can still feel a little bit of the walnut, and you can always feel the sweet gum, but it's a lot smoother now. All of them are a lot smoother. All right, there we go for this evening. Sorry I didn't flip that camera. I'm going to flip it now for the next video. And I'm going to run the outro, and you guys have a good night. See you in the next video.